First thing is get a lawyer. The lawyer should be speaking for you to law enforcement, basically from the time you're aware that you're being investigated. Usually or frequently it's couched as, I want to hear your side of the story, let's, come tell me what your version is. But in reality, usually the decision, is already made, and you're not going to change anyone's mind. So first rule is you really shouldn't be speaking with the investigator. You need a lawyer to speak for you. When they call, another reason I say, get a lawyer involved right away, is that there's a lot of things that the lawyer can start to do, and opportunities that may be missed if too much time passes before you get an attorney involved. As an example, like if you've got an alibi, let's say an alibi witness, the more time passes, the less likely it is that person, particularly if it's a third party or someone that you're only nominally acquainted with, but even people that are family or friends, they may forget. To give an example, I had a client accused of terroristic threats. Basically had kind of a loony ex-wife, and she had created these threatening letters, kind of like on TV where they would cut out the letters from the newspaper and magazine, and she put them in an envelope and put them in her own mailbox, and then called the police. Police called him in. He was living in another state, actually, about 5 or so hours away. Because he called us right away, I was actually able to run down this woman's mail carrier and get her within a week to give us an affidavit as to what time she delivered the mail on the day in question and if there was anything in it. Because she delivered the mail to that mailbox and she remembered it being empty on the day she called law enforcement between 12 and 1 o'clock, we were able to narrow that window down to when the envelope could have been put in there to about 3 or 4 hours. And we could establish that he was about 5 hours away when this occurred. So that's one example of why it pays to get a professional in right away to start working the case and preserving evidence.